skylark. Have you seen a valley green whispering, where my heart can go a-journeying over the shadows and the rain to a blossom-covered lane?
When you look at the leadership in Savannah and you look at the alumni of Leadership Savannah, you can see the close correlation between those who've been in Leadership Savannah and those who are leading the community.
Well, you know, I went to work for the airport in 1985, and the director had been there since 1964, and he was sort of getting up in age, so I was kind of brought on to, I'm a native Savannian. I'm from here, grew up here, went to college here, moved away, but I went to work there, and he wanted me to get to know everybody. And he felt like he had gone through Leadership Savannah back in the late 60s when it first got started, and it stopped for a while. And he felt like Leadership Savannah was the place to go get familiar with the people that were going to be future leaders, and you'd be able to meet the current leaders. So he insisted I go through the program.
I learned that it's the people that you need to develop, and that's exactly what Leadership Savannah does. It develops tomorrow's leader.
It's the one degree you sort of need here beyond whatever else you have. You need to have your Leadership Savannah certificate.
It prepares people, if they take advantage of it, to be great leaders in this community.
I still think about the in-depth knowledge that I gained about this community from that experience.
Well, I think that most of the participants would universally say that it has made Savannah a better city in a lot of respects.
You get a sense of the community and what the issues are that are important in the community.
So when you come out, you're ready for leadership.
Leadership itself, for me, has been such a growth experience, and Leadership Savannah has helped me to grow as a person, but also as a leader.
If you look at the folks that have gone on to not only leadership positions, but admired leadership positions, I would say that most of them, their common trait would be Leadership Savannah. That in and of itself, I would suggest, is the evidence that of the importance of Leadership Savannah.
You look at the classes in the early years, and they look nothing like the classes that you see now. And that is a wonderful, positive progression. And I take my hat off to the leaders of Leadership Savannah for really now making it, I guess I would say, totally representative of this community.
I think the most important thing is the networking that you're able to do with other participants in the program.
Incredible to experience the networking with people in the community from all different aspects of the community that I probably never would have had a chance to meet.
There are a number of people that we have continued to stay in contact with that we consider very dear friends of ours, and they started in Leadership Savannah.
Well, one, it allowed me a wonderful relationship with 80 people that I didn't know, or knew a few but did not know all of them. And those relationships have stayed with me.
And the hidden benefit is that they get to meet each other.
It was a tremendous opportunity to network.
Interfacing with colleagues.
And I met some really lifelong personal as well as professional friends.
And it was a bonding session, the whole experience.
It was a great opportunity, like my parents said, to network and to meet people.
And leadership gave me that connection that I needed.
You'd be on that first name basis, and communication is absolutely the touchstone of being able to get anything accomplished.
And who have the connections and the relationships that are necessary to make things happen.
But I also have people that kind of connect with me, you know, then, because we're all fairly young. Everything's relative.
And people that I knew, we became better friends. So it was a great networking tool, and I think that's an integral part of leadership.
I think it was 82 people in our class, and I still have a lot of contacts that I do on a continuous basis. People that I play golf with, that I get together with every once in a while, from that class.
Well, I had a great time. It was a lot of serious work, but it was also a lot of fun.
Our work product was the band shell.
Our end-of-the-year project was called Savannah Spanish Moz. It was a wireless network, free-to-the-user, public-private partnership with the City of Savannah and the Creative Coast. And we had 3 access points, one on top of Hampton Inn, one on top of the Marriott, and one on top of the Hyatt. And we intended to work with the city to light up all of the historic district with free to the user Wi-Fi access.
When I was president of Leadership Savannah, one of the projects that we were working on was something called the Yamacraw Art Project. And what we wanted to do is take art and all the good benefits of art, the learning, the participation, and do a public art project.
It presents the ability of the class to go places and see things that normally people would not have the opportunity to do.
Well, I think as a native, it opened up my eyes to what Savannah is all about.
Took a number of years, but the result is the band shell in Forsyth Park.
There was some naysaying at the beginning saying, well, we can't put an art project there, right, in low-income housing, the residents would damage it, and the exact opposite happened.
It has always amazed me how in setting up a program, if you call a manufacturing plant, a television station, whatever the case may be, and say we'd like to have our membership, our program come through and see your facility, without exception, everyone has always been very happy to do it. And I think that lends to being part of the community, because you're able to see the background of a major industrial facility, or the port, or a television station, or the newspaper, or any other media, that normally you could not just walk in off the street and say, hey, I'd like to look around. And that way, once you've seen that, you not only understand better how that business works, but you understand better its role in the community. And every time you ride by there, you have a deeper appreciation of what role it plays in the city and the county.
The most exciting program was the program where we went on a tour of Savannah. And everyone on that tour bus who was from Savannah said, the adage that you may live in a town but never get to know the town is so true. Because after the tour, all of us who grew up in Savannah just continued to talk about the fact that we thought we knew Savannah, but after that tour, we really knew Savannah.
There's no place like home, and there's no place like Savannah. I loved Ethel Berry.
Ethel was a warhorse.
Ethel was quite a character.
There are a lot of funny stories about Ethel. She was irrepressible, to say the least.
When I was going through Leadership Savannah, I was a little wild at times. And Ethel had a little problem controlling that wildness.
She was very firm, wanted to make sure everyone was always in attendance, and she did keep all those records very much in order. But more importantly, she cared about each participant. They really, in her own special way, were her special friend. And she really uniquely, with maybe sometimes a gruff mannerism, really was all about loving everyone within the program.
In the class, first of the class, she was like the drill sergeant, make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do, turn their badges in.
Putting your name tags back in the box.
No, I was pretty conscientious about getting that name badge.
Ethel, well, there's something about an aura about Ethel. I mean, everybody respected her. Some people were afraid of her.
The attendance things were strict back then. I made some all of the meetings, but sometimes I was a little late. Ethel didn't like that.
Without Ethel, I don't think it would have been as much fun. Certainly wouldn't have been as organized.
But she was the glue that kept this program together a lot of years.
She had quite a sense of humor,
She was crotchety and stern.
She was a reverend in every way.
Most wonderful person, had a heart of gold, so dedicated to Leadership Savannah. There's no person that I think you'll be able to find that was more dedicated to the goals and the program Leadership Savannah. And I miss her, and she was great for Leadership Savannah and all the people who went through it.
Without her presence and without that strong chamber influence, who knows whether we would be celebrating this anniversary that we're celebrating now.
From the birds to tell you that you're marvelous, tell you you're wonderful, too marvelous for words.
Somewhere, someday, we'll be close together, wait and see. Oh, by the way, this time the dream's on me. You take my hand and you look at me adoringly. But as things stand, this time the dream's on me. It would be fun to be so